OnePlus as a company have been known to produce beastly spec smartphones at an affordable price. They've held up to that name but have received some flake and criticism for not having good cameras. So this year OnePlus's mantra for their latest flagship, the OnePlus 5, was dual cameras, clearer photos. They have hyped and marketed really hard to convince you to believe that this is the best camera setup on a smartphone. Have they succeeded? Well, that's exactly what we're here to find out. So without any further ado, let's get started. Quickly getting the specs out of the way, we have a dual camera setup to the back with a 16 megapixel primary camera with an aperture of f/1.7 and a 20 megapixel secondary telephoto camera with an aperture of f/2.6. Now the telephoto camera offers lossless zoom, not optical zoom like the iPhone 7 Plus. The camera UI is pretty similar to the one on iPhones. You have the regular photo, video, slow motion, time-lapse modes, along with a pro mode which gives you more control over the cameras. Under good lighting conditions, both the cameras shine. I decided to shoot all the images in auto HDR because the processing is more pleasing to the eye. And I must say, the dynamic range is simply amazing. Sometimes it's too aggressive, I agree, but it gives you more light and detail to work with. The results sort of remind me of the Pixel and Pixel XL, but that doesn't come as a surprise since OnePlus collaborated with DxO to tune the cameras on the 5. The telephoto lens with lossless zoom is pretty good too. But one thing I've noticed is that skin tones appear like plastic while using the telephoto lens. Nevertheless, the telephoto lens gives way to the widely popular portrait mode. I must say OnePlus has done an amazing job with this mode. As you can see from these images, it captures edges of both humans and objects almost perfectly, which the iPhone 7 Plus finds it hard to produce. It is a hit or a miss under low light though, so be aware of your surroundings. Coming to color accuracy, when you have neutral colors, the OnePlus 5 captures true to life colors. But when you have bright colors, it kind of leans towards the saturated and warmer side. If you're someone who likes to upload images without editing, then you'd love the output. Moving on to low light, the cameras try really hard to compensate for the lack of optical image stabilization, but sadly they haven't succeeded in their attempt. When the lighting gets a bit low or harsh, it cranks up the ISO, leading to more visible noise. And the color accuracy is not the best as well. But like I mentioned earlier, spend more time with the pro mode and you should be good. Okay, I think we have spoken too much about the rear cameras. Let's give some love to the front-facing camera.
So this is a video from the front-facing camera on the OnePlus 5. It has a 16 megapixel shooter with an aperture of f/2.2. It's pretty windy as you can see here and there's a lot of ambient noise, so let's see how the mic performs. There are three good things about the front-facing camera. It shoots at 1080p, it has a wide-angle lens, and it has electronic image stabilization. As you can see, it is as smooth as you would get it on a gimbal. But one bad thing about the EIS is that the video is cropped in, so if you're okay with that, then it shouldn't be a problem. And thanks to electronic image stabilization, live sessions and you Snapchatters are gonna have a great time. Of course, there is this issue of the front-facing camera overexposing certain areas. As you can see, the cement flooring here is just washed out and you can't see anything on the sky over there. But then again, you're not going to be capturing what's in the background, you're going to be checking out what's in the front, so that shouldn't be a problem.
As you saw, it's pretty good at recording videos. But how about images? Well, it's even better. A good mixture of sharpness and softness makes them selfies look very uploadable. No, that's not a word. Under low light, it tends to crank up the ISO, which in turn overexposes certain areas. But on the brighter side, it offers wide-angle lens which should come in handy almost all the time. Moving on to video capabilities of the dual cameras at the back, the video output is really good, given that you stabilize the phone and color grade it a bit. Currently, the cameras offer electronic image stabilization only at 1080p at 30 frames per second. Overall, the stabilization is pixel level good, but there are artifacts if you notice closely. But I'm glad to see the OnePlus 5 is not skipping massive frames like the Pixel and Pixel XL did. Videos at higher resolution such as 1080p at 60 frames per second and 4K, well, are not desirable to watch without stabilization. However, on the brighter side, OnePlus's founder has confirmed electronic image stabilization for both 1080p at 60 frames per second and 4K, so I guess we'll have to wait for the same and another camera review probably. Other features like time-lapse and slow motion were surprisingly good, even though they were all recorded completely handheld. So let's get to the verdict. Is this a good smartphone camera? Yes. Take any phone first hand in the price range of 0 to 38,000 rupees and the OnePlus 5 would come out on top. And with OnePlus aggressively pushing out updates to fix and better things, it would give a tough fight to current day flagship but obviously wouldn't win. But where it would beat them is the price to performance ratio. So if this is your budget, you should definitely consider picking one up. This is Santosh signing off for A-Reviews. You guys have a great day.